Well, hello there. It's been almost 6 months. Welcome back. Welcome back to Dylan's Dialogues. Yes, you heard correctly. I'm starting Dylan's Dialogues back up. Um, I took a break, much needed break, um, in part because of time. Um, I was starting school in January and wasn't sure what the structure would be like and if I would have enough time to dedicate to Dylan's dialogues. And um, turns out that the experience has been fabulous, so much better than the first experience at my first school. So I'm super stoked about that. And I have 2 weeks left of the first part of the first semester, and then I will have three classes under my belt. Yeah, that's going really well. Um, Another reason I stopped was that I was approaching that date in October that is a really tough date for me, and the holidays follow. And yeah, it's just a really emotionally tough time. And I just, I wanted to show up authentically, but I also didn't want to show up sad and sappy all the time. And that's kind of how I felt. I took a bit of a break. The last reason is because I deal with perfectionism issues. I'm sure if any of you out there listening know me personally, you're not shocked. Um, but what I'm discovering is, as I discover Dylan, that's what I've been saying lately. I'm discovering Dylan. Um, is that, I'm human, just like you. And I have good days and I have bad days. And I have days where I feel like showing up and days that I don't. I have days where I feel like doing my hair and makeup and days that I don't. And I felt like in order to publish this podcast properly, I needed to show up perfectly all the time in this um, edited version. And I wanted to have all my education down and all my facts straight. And fuck that, right? I'm going to show up how I show up, and I'm going to do my best to give you regular episodes. And sometimes I might miss a week, and sometimes I might post more in 1 week than once. And sometimes I might show up in a suit jacket, and other times in sweats and a ball cap or a bandana. And, you know, take me as I am. I'm doing this podcast for me. And oh, there's a bug. um, it's for me. It's for my mental health. It's for me to have an outlet and an avenue to express what's going on with me. And in the process, maybe you can relate, maybe you can't. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But but yeah, it's mainly for me to get to have an outlet. I've always wanted to do a podcast, so why the hell not, right? Um, and part of why I named it Dylan's Dialogues is because not only of the dialogue that I'm hoping to have with the audience, also one day I hope to interview others and have a dialogue, with another person or more. Um, but also and mainly, it's about the dialogues in my head, honestly. Um, those are the dialogues that I need to get out. I need an outlet, and I often write. I'll journal. I do some inner child dialoguing. Um, I write poetry. I'm working on writing my book. And but oftentimes too, just an outlet like this where I can get out the things that go on in my head. So I wrote a poem because lately something that's been going on in my head is this idea of enough. Um, that word struck me the other day, enough. You sit with that. It can be so many things, right? It can be like you've had it, like enough, right? Um, it can be like something is just good enough. It's got to be good enough, right? Because this constant striving for perfection is like being on a mouse wheel and you never get anywhere. None of us are perfect, and nothing we do is ever going to be perfect. So we have to draw a line somewhere and say, this is good enough. Um, and it can also be, I mean, amongst many things, but um, this idea of mere existence being enough. Like, I am enough. Just because I am here, because I am alive, I'm enough. And telling yourself these positive messages. Um, in almost all of my psychology classes and throughout my almost 3 years of therapy, through my group trauma therapy, it all really comes down to these messages that we're telling ourselves. Um, and in getting myself to believe that I'm enough. So I wrote this poem that I wanted to share with you, and it's called Enough is Enough. Enough is enough. I've had enough. This is my line in the sand. Enough is enough. I'm good enough. I don't have to be perfect. Enough is enough. I'm tough enough, strong when I am weakest. Enough is enough. I am enough. One day I will believe it. I hope that poem resonates with you as much as it does with me. And I hope that I can leave you with one thought today, and that is, you are enough. Until next time.